You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't fazed by stardom or anything.
I love the way you've taken different characters from your sort of spiritual life and your market life. I mean, Jack was obviously one of the more famous customers that you had. But you've also written about just sort of everyday folk. I mean, there's one story that you've written in the book which is very funny and a bit tragic as well, about a young boy who's stolen something from the stall. Perhaps you'd tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was quite surprised. I felt a bit guilty about that, to be honest, because this young boy had come on and having a lovely chat to him. He was probably about 14 years old, nice looking boy, very well spoken. We had a chat about cricket and all the sort of things you do. It wasn't a busy day. And he said, "Oh, I'll just have a look round." I said, "Yeah, fine." And he started looking around, and I was busy myself, tidying away, doing what I was doing. And every time I caught his eye, he would look down. And I thought, "Oh, okay." And then I'd look across again, and he'd look down again. And I thought, that's normally the sign that somebody's been a bit furtive and a little bit as if they were going to steal something. I thought, no, he never would. Anyway, I nipped behind the back of my stall there, and I've got a wall, and I've got a slight gap in the wall that I can see through, and he didn't know I could see him, and I was literally as far away from you as I am from him, as I was from him. And I saw him open a cabinet, take out a watch and pop it up his sleeve, and I thought, I don't believe that. So I came back round to the counter and chatted away, and he came along and he, "Thanks very much," said, "Okay, thanks very much, you off now?" "Yes, bye, bye," and he wandered off, and I didn't get about 4 or 5 paces away, and I said, "Well, I think you've forgotten something." He went, No, I don't think I have." I said, "Yeah, you have." No, I said, "You've forgotten to pay me for the watch that's up your sleeve." He went, "What?" I said, "The watch up your sleeve, the one you're stealing from me. You've forgotten to pay for it." He went, and this huge amount of panic set in.
Oh.
Rabbit caught in the headlights.
Yeah.
And he fetched it out. "I'll pay for it. And he fetched out a wallet that was stashed full of money. I thought, right, okay.
Oh.
He said, "Oh, I'm really sorry." I said, "Oh, too late for sorry now." I said, "You were going to steal that from me." And at that point I was actually quite angry.
Yeah, it's a bit sad because you built up a rapport
with
him, hadn't you?
And he could have paid for it,
He'd got the money, clearly, yeah.
I said, "You better come and sit down on my stool here." I said, "Then we'll wait for your mum to get back," because he'd come on with his mum. Unbeknownst to me, it wasn't his mum, it was his auntie. And at that, he absolutely fell to pieces, because the shame of being caught.
Yeah.
By your mum's bad enough, when it's your auntie, it's even worse. And he just completely broke down and said, "Oh no, stealing, oh no." I thought, "Oh no." Anyway, I thought, he just sobbed on the chair. I thought, "Oh, I better go and find this lady." So I went and found this lady, his auntie, and said, "Can you come and have a word with your nephew?" She came over, and at that, once she saw his face, she said, "What on earth's happened?" He went, "Oh no, I've been stealing, oh." And he completely and utterly broke down and wept copiously into his hands and looked like he was about to flail himself. And I thought, oh my God. So in the end, I ended up putting my arm around him and virtually supporting him, saying, "It's okay, don't worry, everything will be all right."
Oh, I bet he never did that again.
Well, once he'd got his breath back, I did say to him, "Look, let this be a lesson to you, it's not a way to go. It's a life choice, it's not a life choice." Yeah. I said, we'll take this as a lesson. I'm not going to take it any further. Off you go. And he said, "Oh, thank you very much. I'm ever so sorry." And off they went. And then it wasn't until about 10 minutes later that I realised he'd still got the watch up his sleeve. So he actually got away with it in the end.
Ended up having the watch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more compensation for him and none for you.
Yeah.
Very sad. Excellent story. I love the interaction between yourself and your sister. I mean, it does sound like your sister was a little bit mean to you when you were a young boy. Tell me about some of that.
Well, it is quite funny. Having written about, a lot of the stuff is about when I was a boy growing up, and about the strange experiences I had. And I used to have out-of-body experiences and things like that. But I mean, you don't think it's any different. And then as I was writing it, I realised that most of it was writing about how awful my sister was to me, which you'll find out when she reads the book. I mean, she's the most loveliest person in the world you could ever meet.
I bet her she is.
Yeah, she is, folks, honestly. But yes, we quite often had the gloves off as kids.
She used to spit in your drink.
Oh, she'd spit in my drink and all sorts. And if you were given something to share, as a child, you'd be given something to share. "You share that, you two. Okay, thank you, chick." "Do you want your half?"
Oh,
things like that.
Typical sort of a brothers and sisters interaction.
Yeah.
In fact, they just Just normal.
But I mean, this is why I've never been scared of ghosts or spooks or entities, because I grew up under the gaze of Mr. Catty Pussycat.
Which was her invention?
It was her invention, yeah. And he lived behind a gas fire. And he was a 6 foot half wolf, half man, strange half breed type of thing that foamed at the mouth and had big fangs.
So this has made you the person that you are today.
That's why I'm weird now, yes.
I think another sort of aspect of the book that I've enjoyed is following along with your spiritual journey, and one of those I remember reading about that really made me laugh out loud was when you went to a sort of a mind, body and spirit alternative type of event, and you had your aura photograph done. Tell me about that. Yes,
mind, body and spirit events are always strange affairs. There's all life there, that's for sure. I mean, that's something like I said before, I've always found them quite funny, and I know there's a serious point to it, but some of the things that go on are just funny. You know, some of the ways some of the mediums work, and I just find it funny, and I know perhaps I shouldn't laugh, but I can't help it. And having my aura photograph was another one of those, and I found it quite strange to sit there and think, well, there's this chair that looks like an electric chair, and you put your hands on these two metal blocks, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going to go on now? And I could see the whole of my life flashing before my eyes as I'm thinking someone's going to flick a switch and that'll be it. And I had my aura photographed, and I'm colourblind, so I couldn't quite see what was going on.
You couldn't see the colours properly.
I couldn't see the colours, but this lovely lady sat down and explained to me all the different colours and what they meant, and you know,
you said there were a lot of yellow.
There's a lot of yellow, and she said that's coming into your aura, and I thought, well, does that mean there's bananas and custard for tea or something like that? Which sort of went straight over her head, and that she sort of said, you know, there's other things like it can show up certain skills you have. And I thought, well, I've got a certain skill for impersonating Billy Connolly, but you know, he didn't show up in my aura. So is he going to be in my aura there? Oh, Billy Connolly, can you see him on there? Is he on the screen? Can you see him now?
That's amazing. And was he?
No. I was most disappointed. I wanted Billy Connolly in my aura.
Absolutely fascinating. Love the book. Can't wait for it to come out. Looking forward to that. So fingers crossed you get yourself a publisher soon. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks for chatting to you.
Nice to meet you again.
Thanks a lot.